Horizon's grave. 3 brave heroes approaching a cave mouth in the cliff that's looming over kind of a sheltered little cove. You can see the tide lapping up into that cave mouth, burbling around it. There's the half-submerged cave that is concealed in the rock face, and you can see the glow of lanterns coming from within that cave. As you approach, we'll do some quick character introductions, and then you can also, during your introduction, you can cover anything you might have done before you got here, rituals or otherwise. So we'll start with you, Post Baron.
Post Baron, a dwarven conduit. He is ancient by dwarven standards. He actually started as an aid and messenger of Ord, the world creator, a dwarven god. And at some point throughout time, he was cast out. Whether it be for hubris or whether it be for saying something that irked one of Ord's children, and Ether Kull. He is required to seek redemption and penance, regain his place up with the other deities. And at the start of the day, he will have done his runic carving. And let's go with, I'm having a feeling that Horizon's grave. He'll runic carving for detection on undead. So if I'm within 20 squares of a creature that is undead, even if I don't have line of sight, my runes will light up, they'll glow.
That's cool. So as you're approaching the cave mouth, Post Baron's runes are already starting to illuminate and grow stronger. What else are you going to do, Post Baron?
I will have cast my revitalizing ritual on the other dwarf.
All right, so Brett Mara, instead of your recovery being 11, it'll be 12 every time you spend a recovery.
And that is Post Baron in a nutshell.
Okay. We'll circle back to anything you want to share knowledge-wise, so save that for a second. Yep. Then we'll come to Lucian. Go ahead, Lucian.
Morning, everyone. Lucian is a revenant shadow, a very stealthily sulking figure, keeps to himself. You can tell that his skin is sort of very much, very pale, almost withered in its initial appearance. You suspect that that's the reason that he keeps himself sort of covered up. Carries twin daggers on his side that you can see, and you suspect probably a lot more that you can't see. In terms of prep for the adventure, nothing for Lucian.
Okay. Brett Mara, go ahead. And you might be muted if you're talking.
Yes, sorry. I'm trying to get all my windows here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Been a little bit since I've had to use my mic. Okay, so yeah, Brett Mara is Dwarven Fury. I just listened to everyone do their thing, and I'm having stage fright, apparently. Blanking.
Don't worry about it. There's no rumbling, sir.
Yeah. So Brett Mara is relatively young-ish for a dwarf, as far as adventurers go. Wears minimal clothing in general. Specifically, just doesn't wear armor. Relies on their dwarven and fury nature for protection.
Carries a really big weapon
and has a huge hammer that is intricately carved. And she has gone out into the world and looking for adventure because at one point evil came to her home and people died because of it, and so she has decided that you can't just stay home and wait. You have to go out and kill evil before it gets to you. And as far as prep goes, thought about probably should have done the runic carving thing as well.
Yeah, you certainly could. Which one do you want to do? You had detection, light, or a voice, and you can change it with 10 minutes time. So if you find you've selected the wrong one, you might get a break sometime to be able to do that, to switch them. It's right there on this character sheet, or right there on the screen already.
Like, since we're going to do the light thing, although I would say it's currently off.
Okay.
So we can sneak.
All right.
But, just because I like the idea that if we're going underground and fighting undead, it might be a good idea to be able to I'll always be able to have light underground.
Perfect.
And I appreciate you being the beacon.
Post Baron, Anything else knowledge-wise that happened to you or that you want to share?
And yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, so we got together and traveled out this way. You were saying,
Correct.
yes, and will relay to the group that so this thing that you DM'd me, Tom. This happened at some point in the past, basically.
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
okay.
happened to Brett Mara at some point.
Okay, so it wasn't like this was this morning. I'm
No.
just making sure. Like probably on the way that we're walking, just talk about how the there was a corpse that had a corpse in an old sailor's outfit had washed ashore, and it's emblazoned with a great bird and a sun on its tabard, and that when I had drawn close to it, it had risen from the risen and attacked me. And when I had mentioned this to locals in the area, they had mentioned a legend of the horizon, a ghost ship that is wrecked at Hello's Grasp.
All right. Lucian, you had
And-
something, right?
Yeah. I think in route, Hellas Grass, Lucian will make note to his sort of traveling companions that he stumbled upon a contact of his. Not really sure how trustworthy this contact is, but basically reported seeing sort of flashing, like a lantern flashing in some sort of rhythmic pattern from sort of the foot of this area at night, and it kind of reminded them of almost like how someone would be, signaling from a ship. Not sure if it's like a distress signal or if it's some sort of activity, but worth checking out for sure.
Yeah, and in the trek over, when Brett Mara was talking about the icon that was on the sailor, the great bird with the sun in its beak on the tabard or whatever the undead was wearing, I say, yeah, that sounds very much like the figurehead from the Horizon, the great pirate ship. It was actually, I've heard rumors as I traveled around that it was actually taken as a trophy. After the pirate ship was kind of driven and fled into Hellas Grasp, a little lagoon surrounded by cliffs. And just kind of what I've pieced together is it sounds like some part of this encounter with the pirates. They were driven here by a privateer, and they feel they've been horribly wronged, especially with the theft of that figurehead. And that might be what has kind of galvanized them to rise from the dead, seeking to retrieve that figurehead. And just through the conversation, I also do explain that just with my knowledge as a conduit, and just with my years and years of experience, I do say that if we encounter undead, if you have access to fire damage or holy damage, that will be the most effective tool we can use.
You have 3 hero tokens noted in the turn order for your reference. Malice is built up to 4, also noted in the turn order for your reference. Your default initiatives are all set to 0. If you change those to 1, that means you're ready to act in turn. If you change it to 2, it means you're ready to act and you think you should go right away because of some important reason. And you adjust those by clicking on your token, and then the leftmost buttons will be IN 0, 1, and 2. So you can adjust those initiative numbers there. Ahead of you, under the shadow of the soaring bluffs of Hellas Grasp, the tide laps and burbles around the mouth of a half-submerged cave concealed in the rock face. The tide is about up to the chest of the dwarves, up to the waist of Lucian. Post-Baron, your ruins glow. Undead are nearby. You can see into the cave mouth as your eyes adjust. There's a flooded atrium in there, a silty sea cave pockmarked with shallow tidal pools. The air is humid and stale and reeking of algae. You're already starting to feel the chafing of the salt in your clothes and your armor now. Water's dripping down from the walls and ceiling of that cavern ahead. It is lit up with a almost otherworldly glow of wrought iron oil lanterns hanging from pitons that are pounded into the walls, dimly illuminating the entire cavern and bathing it in a musky, sweet scent of whale oil. What do you guys do?
Well, we're here. There's no sense in waiting in the entranceway. We should move in. Lucian, did you want to move ahead cautiously and make sure it's safe?
Yeah.
And I would like to get a step or two out of the water, though. I don't need to be chest deep.
All right, Lucian, what you doing?
I'm gonna move up as slowly as I can, finding sort of like I think Lucian's looking for easier footpath. He's trying to make his way up without making any noise. Obviously trying to avoid debris on the ground, anything that would sort of give away his position.
The silty, sandy floor is just above sea level here at the start. Climbs pretty steeply. The easiest way up is through the center. If you follow these kind of wavy gray lines, no difficult terrain. If you try and climb to the side, to the north or to the south, it'll be a 2 square high cliff. It rises up 2 squares. The ceiling up above, just barely visible in the dim whale oil light, is 8 squares up at the lowest level and stays level as the cave climbs to meet it.
Shall we just proceed forward, guys, or do you think it's wise to try to climb up the side here?
I think we move forward, but maybe you move in just a touch ahead of us and do it with some element of stealth.
Okay. That's exactly what I'll do then. I will
move yourself. As you start climbing, you can see the next level up to a little bit better. And Red Mary, you can move as well. Yeah. So the next level,
like basically, as far as this is going, as Lucian is kind of heading up that way, I am sticking pretty much with Post Baron, but it's kind of like scanning the ceiling and waiting to looking for if anything's going to drop on us from above.
You're carefully watching above. Post Baron is keeping an eye out there on Lucian. You get to where you can crest the incline and see the second step of this cavern. You see it climbs up to a third step in the back. The glow is still illuminating back there, so it's lit up, but you can't see it because of the elevation. The second step has the mast of a ship, or part of the mast of a ship, propped up to the cliff here to the north. A waterfall falls down beside it into a couple of tidal pools. They must sink down through the limestone cavern because they don't continue down to the level you're on. Refuse is all around. Nothing's moving in the refuse. You see something all of a sudden, but it's just a crab that kind of scuttles away. Other than that, the place is dead, but your ruins are glowing for sure, Post Baron.
Sorry, Tom. Just to clarify, these triangles indicate difficult terrain?
Correct. Entering a square with a triangle in it will take 1 extra square movement.
Okay, I thought so. Well,
the tidal pools are kind of dark. You can't tell their exact depth. But now, Lucian.
I'm going to continue going up, trying to make my way
over to that sledge.
Here.
Okay.
I feel like that's kind of
Brett Mira and Post Baron put you guys where you want to be when Lucian gets to there, because as you get to there, Lucian, you see movement out of one of the tidal pools. Crawling up, rising up out of it is a sailor, but he is a bloated corpse of a sailor. A second one as well. So I'll actually start these two there. So that's where they're starting their turn. 2 bloated corpses of sailors rising up out of these tidal pools, undead by the looks of them. They are wearing ragged tunics, emblazoned with a great bird carrying a sun in its beak. These ones have rusty cutlasses dangling from their belts, but they don't look like they're going to use them. They begin moaning and moving toward you, and definitely very dangerous. So, raw steel. You guys win the initiative order, so you guys are going to pick what order or who goes first. If you all put 1s, Brett Mayer would go first, for example. You guys can talk about that while I set the monster initiative.
Yeah, I don't need to act first. I don't need to act first, guys. I'm kind of built to support you guys.
All right. Well, Lucian, you're in front, so it makes sense for you to go first if you want. Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. So, yes, you see these 2 bloated corpses. They're in the water still, and they're just climbing out of it as you're looking upon them.
Lucian, the first thing I'm going to do is my insight.
As you're scanning the situation, drawing inspiration for your insight, you hear clattering. You all hear this clattering sound, and you see a disjointed movement of something shadowy coming from the top tier, and then you can make out decrepit-looking skeletons there. They are armed with crossbows. They're armed with cutlasses. They have one a little bit more put together and stronger looking, their leader, directing them, pointing down the incline. They have higher ground on you all, so that means they're going to have an edge when they shoot their crossbows upon you. The decrepit skeletons, these guys here, look like they are barely held together. One solid blow would probably crush one of those. Back to you, Lucy.
Okay. Well, that changes math a little bit. All right, I'm gonna kind of shift up to here. Go ahead and get my insight going. And I'm going to, for now, just do like a ranged free strike
Okay.
on. You said, Tom, that we can visibly see that this is sort of like a boss character, correct?
This is their leader, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna shoot the zombie right in front of me. Here, free range. Right? That is 7 damage.
Okay. You cut away at his flesh deeply. No wound, no blood comes out, maybe a little bit of pus, and it keeps coming at you. It did affect it. It didn't resist the damage at all.
I think that's all I got. For this
Okay.
round.
Now the one you threw at comes shambling out of the water dripping off of its clothing. When it gets close to you, it tries to knock you back down that cliff, just barreling into you, pushing you 2. Your stability is 0, so you come tumbling down the cliff, falling 2. You have enough agility that you take no damage from that. You land on your feet. The zombie's got 1, 2, 3. Then it continues after you for 5 to there, finishing its move. It from this point here does it like screams like a deep guttural scream, and bits of flesh and stuff fly off of this thing. It is the most grotesque thing you've seen. One of the most grotesque things you've seen. And 3 malice are spent, and it does a thing called zombie dust. Lucian and Postbaron, you take 2 corruption from this, and then the next zombie. It comes climbing out of the water. It's moving slow, so it takes all its movement and its action just to close on Brett Mara. Once it closes on you, Brett Mara, it tries to shove you back, just like it did to the other one did to Lucian. So its knockback is only a 1, but you are stable and don't move from that. It's done. Your guys' turn. Looks like Postbaron's got 2 initiative, so go ahead, Postbaron.
Okay, so
I'm
can I ask a question? Sorry, I just
one more thing, Postbaron. Who's the other question?
Sorry. Okay, so I took damage, right?
From the knockback, none, no damage.
Like no, from the corruption, is that damage?
No, you're out of it. So it's just Postbaron and Lucian.
Okay.
You were safe.
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I keep track of when I get fury and stuff.
Yeah, as soon as right, gotcha. Postbaron, right before your turn, you see 2 more zombies rising up out of the murky tidal pool to the south.
Yeah.
And
why wouldn't they?
Yeah. So your turn, Postbaron.
Perfect. I am going to open and get. So that is a lot of piety, which is excellent news. Then I will activate the protection prayer effect. 1 ally within 10 squares gains stamina, temporary stamina equal to 4 times my int score, so 8. I will give that to Lucian. You got 8 temporary stamina. A little bit more piety. Then going to spend 5 of it to give target 4 allies himself. Okay. I'm going to give all 3 of us 10 temporary hit points instead. So Lucian, you don't get 18. It just replaces it. So you're at 10.
So
And
Matt,
Brett,
you click your token, and then the top right circle that's blank, you click in it and type the number 10 and hit enter.
perfect. Thanks. So, and lastly, that still leaves me with 2. So I'm not going to use that. I will utter several holy words, reaching out to any of the dwarven deities who will listen. Do 11 holy damage to the closest one.
Second set of zombies starts crawling out of the water. 2, 4. Again, has to move in place of acting. And then as a maneuver, when it arrives, it tries to push back Postbaron, barreling into you. Push 2, but your stability's 2, so you go nowhere, and it's done. Then the other zombie in the very back, shambling forward, gets to there, and then tries to knock back Lucian, barreling him backward 2 squares. You go stumbling over the rowboat and various planking of the ships and end up back there, Lucian. This thing follows 1 square as far as it can go. They are done. Back to you guys. Brett Mara, your turn. You will see, Brett Mara, if you click your token in your triggers, there's a trigger with a $sign out. That triggers at the start of your turn automatically, so you can click that. It's like $sign ferocity, and that'll build some more ferocity for you free at the start of your turn. And then if you click your token, you'll have all your actions grouped together. You get one of those. all your maneuvers grouped together, you get one of those. And then, of course, you can move your speed. You can trade your action to move again or to do another maneuver. And your best actions are usually your signature actions, well, your heroic actions. But I think you're only at 2 ferocity, so
Yeah,
you don't have one of those yet.
So I need 3.
Oh, and one more thing. Unlike other classes, you don't really have like a class-specific maneuver, but as a barbarian, you are super good at knockbacks. So that kind of becomes your class-specific maneuver.
So I guess I'm going to taking all this stuff in. So I'm going to attack one that's directly in. I guess I'm gonna attack the one that is wounded
To the northwest. So click your token and then click the button for the attack, like Brutal Slam or Devastating Rush that you're doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Brutal Slam.
So then you watch out for Post Baron helping you out there with a word of guidance, granting you an edge, giving you a 17 or a 15 damage on that and pushing 4. And if you push him into an object, you're going to do an extra damage to him. Of course, you're going to kill him with that blow. But it turns out not quite. This is a zombie. When you do that 15 damage to him, it should kill him. But he has Endless Night. So you're going to do the damage. As part of doing the damage, you're going to push him. You could knock him back into the other zombie if you want, or just straight back where you want to push him to.
It's gonna go 4.
So default would be to here, but if you wanted to, you could also direct him into the other zombie. I'll push him straight back or into the other zombie or something else.
Because I don't know, so I'm going to ask a question here.
I'd push him into the other zombie because you'll do damage to the other zombie.
So whenever you push, how much can I vary where I push?
He can go such that every square is basically in a straight line and every square is further away from you. So he could go to here or to here or to here as the first square of his push. Then
So
you could go to there for the second
go
square.
That way.
Yeah.
Because what I was wondering is, again, if I'm reaching too much, feel free to tell me. So it's going to go. He has a 4 pushback, right? Because I got a 17.
Yep.
I could use, because I have primordial strength, I could use 2 of my ferocity, which I could use that 2 to give him 2 extra forced movement. Could I actually hit him far enough to hit him into one of the lanterns that are on the wall? Because I don't do fire damage, but lanterns are technically fire.
Okay, you want to push him toward that lantern on the wall there?
Yeah.
You have to go through the other zombie to get to it. So you'll basically hit the other zombie with him.
Okay, so it would just be hitting the zombie.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to see, I'm trying to learn how.
Solid idea for next time, though. Lining up for it. It's a great idea.
Okay, so then I won't use my ferocity. So I'll just I'll smack him and hit him into that zombie.
Okay, so he goes 4 squares. He's got stability 1, so he's going to go 3 squares. So you smash him into the other zombie, doing 3 damage to the other zombie. You did enough damage to kill him, plus hitting something all up with that action takes him down, basically. And then he's got Endless Night, which when he's reduced to 0 by damage, except fire or holy, once per encounter, he instead is at 10 stamina and prone. So the corpse starts, it falls to the ground, but then it starts to moan and move like he's going to get back up to continue fighting. And that was your action. So you have a maneuver left and a move left.
I want to basically, I'm going to smash him with a hammer into that zombie, and I kind of want to like move into where he was.
Go for it.
Because I want to try and get up in here. I'm assuming that's okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't know how.
You have a speed of 6, so you can move 6 squares. With your maneuver, you can knock him back again, smash him into the other zombie again, and do more damage to him. Or you could catch breath if you're wounded, aid someone else to attack one of the zombies, give someone else an edge. Watch for flanking too. Another thing to if you being here, Lucian cannot flank the zombie to your north, but you are flanking the zombie to your east. So Post Baron would have an edge attacking that zombie. Always good to be flanking in this game.
Yeah,
always good to have higher ground, which you guys are all going to find out in just a second. So you have a maneuver. So I would knock back the one to your north into the other one, do more damage to both.
Sorry, I'm taking so long. I'm just trying to
that's okay.
Be a little, but yeah, I guess I'll knock back this one.
So
I'll just kind of keep sweeping that one with my hammer.
So click your token and then click the KB button. So you're going to look for the blue circle in maneuvers.
Yeah.
And then KB's knockback. Your ferocity is sitting at 2, so you're going to be pushing him 4 squares. Don't forget, you would have also gained a surge. Oh, no, your frost damage wasn't at 4. Okay, so 4 squares. Knock him back into their zombie again. Take 4
Yeah, I'm
damage.
just
Oh,
gonna keep smacking him that way, basically.
3 damage. There we go. And then 3 to the other one because of his stability. Okay, got it. And you've only moved 1 square of your movement so far. You can move up to your speed, up to 6 squares total. You just got to watch out for leaving the reach of an enemy, in which case they can take a free strike at you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move there.
Okay.
I was debating moving to that square, but I don't necessarily want to get myself between all the zombies yet.
Okay.
And I don't.
After
and I
you
can't get since I feel like running up all of it, like running that far ahead of the party to go try and get the skeletons just yet is a little much.
After you, the skeleton's up on the top of the cliff. The leader directs fire. He fires first with a bone bolt, shooting from his crossbow toward Brett Mira,
Cool.
doing 7 damage. Brett Mira, don't forget to take that off your temps before you take it off your regular. Doing 7 damage, and you can feel that shards of that thing lodging underneath your clothing and such that if you willingly move before the end of your next turn, you'll take 2 more damage. So I'll just put a little shard-like thing to remind you of that. Then the other 4 skeletons fire a volley down. Oh, yeah. They fire a volley down. They're led by their captain. That gives them an edge. They have higher ground on you all. That gives them a second edge. You definitely need to get those guys. Otherwise, they're going to be raining fire on you, and it'll be painful. 1 shot on all 3 of you with their bone bows, doing, with the double edge, the max tier, 5 damage each. And these things shatter when they hit. Shards of bone go flying all directions, and you each take 1 more damage. So 6 damage each, effectively. And then there was 1 left over. So there'll be 1 more arrow coming for Brett Mira. And this will be just a free strike, doing only 2 damage, Brett Mira. So 2 more to you. So these are minions. The way they attack you as a group, and the fact that they only got 1 attack in each of you, and that their last one that doubled up on someone did the minimum damage. And so Brett Mira, you took 2 more. So you should be at 28. And for your temp hit points, click that 0 and just hit delete and back off your token. That way the bar for your temps will go away.
I'll get more this turn anyway, Tom.
I'm sorry, what was that?
He'll get more this turn anyway.
Yeah. So Matt, you with me on that? Are you there, Matt?
Sorry, what was that?
Okay, so you took 2 more damage. So take your hit points down to 20, or your stamina down to 28.
Yes. Sorry.
And then for your temps, instead of having a 0 there, click on the 0 and just delete it. And then click back off your token. And that way the temp bar will go away. Given Post Baron high visibility and all your allies that you have no temps, they might be able to do something about that for you. That was the skeletal volley. They're done. The round is over. Round 2 begins. Malice builds 2 points at the start of round 2, 3 for each of you, up to 6. You guys had the initiative first round. Lucian, go ahead.
All right. Let's roll. Oh, nice. Okay. Perfect. Lucian is going to spend 3 insight, and he's going to do not great, but I target 2 enemies with this. So I'm going to target the one north of Post Baron and the one west of Post Baron.
Is this at the start of the turn, or do I have to have my turn first, Tom?
Start of the round, so you got it back.
Perfect.
So that makes it 7 damage to each.
And then...
And furthermore, Lucian, since he did that, giving you an edge on that attack, you only had to spend 2 of your insight.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Right, and then as my as a maneuver, I have this ability that I'm not super familiar with. It says I'm no threat. I'm gonna click on it. So it sounds like I can make myself look like them. Is that right? Or am I reading that wrong?
No, you're right on all that. You can spend 1 insight to choose a creature of your size, making you look like them, including their clothing and their armor and their voice, and you gain an edge on test to convince their allies that you are them. So that does nothing for you in battle to spend that point, but you can convince others you're the zombies.
You think that
it does give you an edge on strikes though, and +1 disengage.
Okay, so I'll do that, and
when you end it by dealing damage to one of them, you gain a surge. So pretty nice. All right. After you comes the zombies. So the 2 that are not blue. The one north of Brett Mira shambles up to its feet, moaning as it does, and seeing it's not able to shove Brett Mira its stride. The first thing is it'll give its zombie roar and bits of flesh will fly off, and it'll spend 3 malice to do zombie dust in a burst 2, affecting all 3 of you. All 3 of you take 3 corruption, and if your might is less than 1, which it is for Lucian, your weakened save ends. No one else is affected, but you all take the damage. Then, after it does that as its maneuver, well, it stood. That takes a maneuver. It did that as its maneuver, so all it has left is movement, so it's done. Then the zombie behind it will go. It moves to there. It tries to clobber Brett Mira this time. That's right, Brett Mira, you gain a ferocity. Good. Okay, it's clobber against Brett Mira with higher ground and already a 19, 7 damage to Brett Mira, and it grabs the dwarf. When you start your turn grabbed by this thing, Brett Mira, you will take more corruption damage. And if you take too much of it, you could start to gain zombie characteristics. It has moved 1 so far. It's going to try and shove you back. So it moves you 1, taking 2 of its movement, and then 1 more, taking 2 more of its movement. So it just bodily shoves you out of the cavern. You're grabbed, and it's done. Back to you guys, post-Baron.
Yeah. Say a prayer. I love this D3 tone.
Oh, wow.
This time I am going to say a life prayer, and Brett Mira, you can spend a recovery, or do I pick or does that character pick? Choose an ally of that character. So you can spend a recovery if you wish, or you can end one effect. No, you don't have any saving throws. Yes, so you can use a recovery if you wish.
So to do that, Brett Mira, you have the ritual from Post-Baron giving you 11 stamina back when you spend a recovery, so you go from 28 to 29. Your recoveries would go from 10 down to 9, so you do that.
That sounds like a good idea.
What else,
Yes.
Post-Baron?
So I have 5. I will again spend all of my piety, say another prayer, and that's it. We all gain 10 temporary stamina.
All right. And you all know that doesn't stack already, so you just replace it if you have it with 10.
And then lastly,
10 Lucian temporary stamina.
And then the last thing I'm going to do, Tom, is the one that's kind of bodying him around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to grab it and, oops, that's not me. That's me. I'm going to try and drain off some of its life force.
All right.
But I'm going to use my Fallen Immortal complication, and I can have that deal holy damage instead when I'm damaging them.
Only if it's untyped.
Untyped. Blast. Okay.
7 corruption,
yes.
That will do 6 to it. It seems to resist corruption slightly.
And then if an ally near me, actually no one's touching me, so it won't help. Never mind. There's no allies within
What
range.
Else, Post-Baron?
That's everything.
All right.
Yeah,
there's zombies. The one to the north of Post-Baron tries to clobber him. No edges, advantages, or nothing. So it does 6 damage, Post-Baron, and then it tries to grab you, failing, and it's done. This was the one, the one north of you. The one west of you will also go after Post-Baron with the clobber. 6 more damage, Post-Baron.
Yep.
Also try and grab. This time succeeding, but you get to strike it with a melee free strike.
I want to delete that. There we go. Grab. Oh, yes. So 4 damage, and I have my Spirit Ward.
I don't have like a macro button, did I? Okay, so it does what, 2 damage?
2 corruption damage, so it'll be 1
corruption.
If I've taken damage, so it's only they've both done damage, have they not?
They did, yeah.
Okay,
so they both took 1.
Normally 2, 1 each.
All right, then the one that grabbed you starts shoving you back into the water. And he's like trying to push you underneath. Oh, he just provoked from you, Lucian, because he left your reach. You have
5 damage.
You have an edge, right? Because you got the thing you're doing.
Yeah. So you see the sort of the magic disappear. I do get an edge, so that is 8 damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dropping this thing, but as soon as it hits the ground, you see it start to wither and move and shamble to try and get back up. But for now, it's prone and it drops its grip upon your friend. Use that. And what has it done so far? Clobbered you, grabbed you, and tried to start moving you, and it's done. They are done. Next to go is Brett Mira.
So, start of my turn, I get, where does it tell me how much frost?
Oh, do that on a little piece of scratch paper.
Okay.
It's not tracked anywhere in the
So
token.
I should keep track of that. Okay. So
Yeah,
I
keep a little
have
scratch paper for Frosty, for surges. Also, I'd recommend planning out your turn. Make sure you know in action and maneuver and a move you want to do during your turn, so you don't forget any of those.
Yeah.
But
So
yes,
So I believe I have 5. So what I would like to do, I want to move to here, and then I want to use my back fury power here. This is do a burst 1, so it should hit all of these guys. It's not a very good roll, unfortunately.
5 damage to each. Okay, 5 to the northeast, 5 to the east, 5 to the south, which turns that one or knocks it prone, and it begins to come back up, but has used that power and is prone there. And then your northwest, doing 5 to it.
You still grabbed?
We might have forgot you were still grabbed, Brett, which means you can't move. So let's go back to that. So at the start of your turn, you are grabbed, and by a zombie, no less. And so the zombie clobbering clutch grab means you're going to take 2 corruption damage at the start of your turn. So your temporary comes down to 8. Then to break that grab, so you can go do what you did, the first thing you have to do is a maneuver to escape. So you click your token and click the escape button, which is in the maneuvers, and it's the third one, ESC. So go ahead and click that. Boom, 14. So you're able to escape. It claws at you while you're escaping it, and you take 2 damage. So take your temps down from 8 down to 6. It might actually do less. Let me double check. Yep, 2 damage, so 8 down to 6. And then you did what you just did, and you can remove that fist icon by clicking on your token and also the bone shards. Go to the circle below and click on the fist with the blue outline and click on the shard with the blue outline, and those will both go away from you. So you did your move, you did a maneuver, and you still have some movement left, so you can continue moving if you like. I think you have 4 squares of movement left. You want to go anywhere else?
So I'm not sure how to get rid of that. You just...
Oh, click your token.
Yeah,
click the circle below, dead center at 6 o'clock position.
Okay.
And you're looking for, and uncheck the blue outline things. Okay, so you have some movement left if you want. Anything else while moving any further?
No, I was hoping that would be more effective, but
All right, well done. Here comes a rain of arrows from the ones to the north. First, the commander fires and directs them, and a bone shard attack comes on Lucian. Higher ground, but that's not enough. So you take 4 damage, Lucian. You do, however, feel those bone shards underneath your clothes and armor, so you can take 2 damage if you willingly move on your turn. And then the other 4 will go. Let's see. Okay, they can get you all in range. So 1 shot for all of you from their bone bows with double edge, because they got leader and higher ground. So doing 5 damage to everyone, plus 1 more as they explode, so 6 damage to everyone. So you all take that 6, and then there's 1 left over, and so you got 2 more coming on Lucian. So Lucian, you take 2 more. That's them. Back to you guys. Round 3. Oh, wait. The end of round 2. At the end of round 2. Nope, nothing else happens. Okay, so round 3. And Malice builds 3 for the round number. 3 for the number U up to 8 Malice now. I think it skipped 1. Up to 9 Malice now. I don't know why sometimes it skips doing that. Anyway, that's round 3. You guys get to go first. Lucian, go ahead.
All right. Lucian is thoroughly annoyed.
So if you voluntarily move, 2 damage.
Yeah, not going to do that. Let's do insight first. That's not great. Lucian's going to try again to do 2 throats at once, which is here. So I'm doing them at both of the zombies marked with the blue circles.
Okay. All right.
And that will be 5 damage to each of those.
The one to the south is finished with that 5 damage and has already used Endless Night. So he goes down.
Oh.
I don't want to provoke, but I'm going to move down this way.
Okay, so you'll take 2 damage from the bone shards that were on you, and then remove that.
And then, Tom, just to be very fair, I believe you said I was weakened last time.
Yep.
I'm not sure if that had affected
I'm
my
counting on you guys
attack.
to kind of mark that stuff, so we can gives you a bane on everything, and we won't, since you skipped it last round, we won't count it, so by the end of your turn, make a save.
Okay, perfect. Let me do that.
There you go, you can take it off. And now, zombies. Here we go. You got a prone zombie between Brett Mara and Lucian. This thing stands up, tries to clobber Brett Mara, doing 4 damage to Brett Mara, and then it harries Brett Mara, more. Oh no, it's going to do its zombie dust. So it gives a roar, bits of flesh and such fly off of it. You can feel the corruption on you all. 3 corruption to everyone. Might less than 1 weaken, so you're weakened again, Lucian. Don't forget to mark it. 3 corruption, Brett Mara, Post Baron, Lucian. Did its clobber, did its... And did you get the 4 damage from his clobber, Brett Mara? I think you might have, but I don't know for sure.
Thought I did.
Okay, if you thought you did, you're good. It does that. Okay. It shouldn't have been able to clobber and clutch, but we'll say that's the one, but the one north of you did. So the one north of you did the clobber and clutch. It moved to there, and it will grab you, successfully grabbing Brett Mara. No damage from that, Brett Mara, but then it's going to move you to there, trying to drag you towards the sea. Then it hits the other dwarf, though, and stopped. And they're done. Post Baron, your turn.
Yeah, I'm going to slam my staff down. Ord, aid us in this battle.
Yeah, that's
Perfect.
Broken.
No, I think it's fine, Tom. I think it's fine. Take my 5. And then I will starting to actually take some damage. You know what? I'm going to give it to myself. I am going to need another yourself or an ally. Perfect. I'm going to spend a recovery. Heal 10. 27 of those. And then I am going to spend my remaining 5. Give everybody 10 temp. And now that, oh, and Lucian, you get 10 temp as well. And then lastly, I am going to rest my staff against the zombie pushing Brett Mara and drain some of its vitality.
Finishing it. Dropping Brett Mara out of the grip.
And Brett Mara, you can spend a recovery.
Anything else, Post Baron?
I'm just going to move up there. And that's it.
1 strikes as you leave its reach, doing 2 damage to you. And then the other zombies go. The one to your east there, it tries to...
Oh, I did too. It takes 1 damage from my spirit ward.
Clobber you, doing 6 damage, Post Baron, and tries to grab you unsuccessfully. And it's done.
Okay.
And then Brett Mara, your turn.
I'm going to step up to here. And I am again going to try and swing my hammer around and try and use back. And I cannot roll. Apparently.
Smashing the one to your northeast, dropping it prone. It begins to try to crawl back up. The one to your south, you do 5 damage to. Anything else, Brett Mara?
And then I'm going to try and use the knockback maneuver on the one to the south of me. And my ferocity is 3. So
you're going to push it 4 squares where you want it to go.
I want to try and push it. I want to try and push it into this wall where this lantern is.
There, smashes the wall with 2 squares left, doing 4 damage to it because it hit the wall and finishing it. And the corpse falls to the ground. What else, Brett Mara? You probably have some movement left. Want to move anywhere?
I do. So that was 1. I'm going to take a free attack, I guess, because I'm going to move. I'm going to keep moving. So that was 1. I believe I can move 6 squares.
Correct.
That how much movement?
6 squares. That's correct.
Yeah,
Speed is 6. Yep.
1, 2. So I can move 5 more, basically.
All right. And the good news is that skeleton cannot attack you as you leave because it is prone, giving it a bane on its strikes, and you can't take an attack opportunity when you have a bane on the strike. Yeah. So you're safe and you're there. The skeletons, though, they rain down bow fire, the leader firing at Brett Mara with his bone shard crossbow, doing 4 damage, Brett Mara. And if you move voluntarily for the end of your next turn, you'll take an additional 2 bone shards on you for that. And then the skeletons fire. Every one of you is going to take a volley from the bows with double edge because they have higher ground and a captain, giving you 4 damage each. All 3 of you take 4 damage and an additional 1 for 5 damage total. Try to be quick on updating your tokens and such. 5 damage, Brett Mara. Should be down to 1 temporary. There you go. And then one remaining guy fires his last bone blow. Brett Mara, 2 more damage. All right. That is it. Their turn. Oh, this is not good. Lots of malice left. I know I used 1 I didn't count. 1, 2, 3. But I have your stamina should be 32. There you go. And then 2 more malice at the end for Ravenous Horde. Each hero not adjacent to undead is beset by 2 rotting zombies who burst from the ground in adjacent vacant spaces. Each is winded. Can't be used 2 rounds in a row. So we got Here on Lucian, 2 rotting zombies rise up. And here on Brett Mira, sandy silt falling off of their bodies as they rise up. These things look like minions. They should go down fast and easy, just like those decrepit skeletons up there raining hell down on you. Add them to the initiative. Go. And I took 2 malice. Okay, now we're into round 4. Round 4.
I want to ask a question about when where it says 3 up and 4 up. What does that mean?
Oh, okay, those are altitudes.
Is that movement, or is that just like
just altitude? Just altitude. So that's 4 squares above sea level up there. You're currently
so that's just movement.
You're currently 2 squares above sea level. Okay. Just altitude, okay. So you know where they have higher ground. Yeah. All right. You guys get to go first. Post Baron, go ahead.
Oh, spectacular. That's going to give me 3 pretty, and I will. Probably a good idea to Lucian. If you would like to use a recovery, you can.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And then I am actually going to spend my 3 piety and point my staff over at the skeleton up top there. Violence will not aid you. It is going to take 8 lightning damage, and if it deals damage the first time on a turn that the target deals damage to another creature, it is going to take 1d10 lightning damage. Save ends. Oh, it's ongoing. I didn't realize that when I picked it. Perfect. And anyone else really hurting at this point? No, eh? Well, in that case, I am going to knock back the one right near me.
Does not budge.
Tragedy.
There you go. Oh, those ones are gone. It goes.
And
the one you tried to shove rises up to its feet, moves to the flank, attacks with malice, spending 9 malice.
Oh my goodness, Tom.
Clobber and clutch.
Oh, 9 on top of this.
Yeah, so it's going to be... No, it's not going to be 9 on top. This is characteristic times 3, so 6. And 6, 12 damage from that. And it stood up and moved. It did attack. It's done. Zombies are gone. Lucian, your turn. Don't forget your weekend save-ins.
Yeah. Save us at the end of the turn, Tom?
Save us at the end, yeah.
Okay. So, that being said, I am going to just do my insight first. Get that out of the way. Perfect. Build that up. And I'm going to spend 3 to do the 2 throats attack. Nice.
Even with the Bane, that does max damage. On who's your 2 targets?
The one north of me and the one east of me. The 2 just...
Yeah, you cut the heads off both of those zombies. Their corpsely bodies fall to the ground. You note that even though they're down, they're still wriggling a little bit. They're clawing at you. If you enter that space, those 2 spaces I put with the black circle and black triangle, they will do a death grasp on you. It's difficult terrain to enter it, first of all. And if your might's less than 2, when you enter it, you're slowed save-ins.
And Tom, do I still take damage when I voluntarily move, or was that a one-time?
That was a one-time thing. It ended at the end of your turn.
I'm going to, before I end my turn, move 1.
So that's like climbing up the cliff face there. You got to kind of go around. Okay. So you could go 1, 2, 3 to get to there.
Sure, I'll do that. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and make my save, or try to. Yep. All right, cool.
All right, back to the skeletons. The archers up top. The leader. It's trying to shake off the lightning. Does it know better? It's got a reason score of 1. So yeah, it knows it'll take that damage if it fires. So it does not fire, but it directs the skeletons around it to fire. It's going to make its saving throw to end it at the end of its turn. And not shake off the lightning. So lightning's still dancing around the leader. The skeletons all fire a volley down on you. 1 shot on each one of you with double edge. So 5 damage to everyone. Actually make it 6 because they all explode. So 6 damage to everyone. Then 1 more left over will come for a Brett Mara. 2 more to the Dwarven Fury. Brett Mara, your turn. Brett Mara, you're getting kind of closer to the skeletons up top. You think throwing a rock at one of those things would destroy it. Same with the rotting zombies at your feet. Any blow you think would take these things out. In fact, you think you could do a sweeping blow with your hammer and take multiple ones out. You also know that if you move, you'll take 2 damage from the bone shards. That has to be left over because you've gone since then. So let's say we remembered it. It's gone. So because he didn't fire you this round. So no worry about
just
moving.
1 round.
Yep, it's just till the end of your turn.
That was from last round.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my round. Rid of that. I really want to get up to these guys.
You think throwing a rock at one of them would take it out? What you gonna do, Brett Bear?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I'm debating just. So I was debating if I just run up here, it would take me out of these two guys. So they would get to attack me.
Are you gonna do it? You can do it if you want.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could get to here.
All right, do you do it?
And then I could use my devastating rush attack, assuming I don't, and charge at the leader. Yes, I'm going to do that. I'm gonna try this.
As you're leaving, you'll take 4 damage from 2 zombies clawing at you.
And then I'm going to using devastating rush, which allows me to move up to 3 squares or just the target, which is going to be this guy. So basically 1 square attack the leader, and assuming I'm reading this right.
Yeah, you smash into him. His bones clatter to the ground, lightning still dancing around them. They actually start to niche back together, but he's at just 1 stamina remaining and prone, and has used his what's it called? Arise ability. And I'm going to give you a hero token, actually it was the whole party, for getting up there to go after the ones up top. What else got, Brett Bear? You want to do a maneuver on anything?
Yeah, I want to. I'm gonna try and knock back the one that's south of me and see if I can do. So my ferocity is 5 right now.
Ooh, you gain a surge when you do that. Note that also on your scratch paper to the side, and you push him 4. He's got stability as 0. You can push him that far south. Any particular direction you want to go?
Yeah, basically, I just want to knock him off the cliff.
All right. He goes stumbling, bumbling over the cliff. It's a drop of 2, though, and he seems to somehow have some really good agility. And so reduces the height of his fall by 2, and ends up there half submerged in the tidal pool, and that's it. And now the rotting zombies go.
Yep.
We got two left. They come following after Brett Mara. Slowly, speed of only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets up to there and it does a rotting fist on the dwarf for just 2 damage, Brett Mara. The other one will go there. There also does a rotting fist on Lucian for 2 damage, Lucian. They are done. No one is not adjacent to undead. They have to skip this round anyway. So the malice will carry over to round 5. So we got 5, and 3 of you. That's 8 on top of 4. Should be up to 12. First one to go looks like Lucian.
All right. I'm gonna try this maneuver here called Teamwork Has a Place. Oh, well, it's not great. The one northwest of me.
All right.
That would be 6 damage.
Dropped him. And just like before, that ground is the remains of a zombie clutching at anything that goes through it.
Okay. I am not gonna move. So I don't provoke, and I don't think I've got anything else. I'm going to that was a maneuver, right? No, it's not. I will defend.
That's a maneuver. I mean, that's an action to defend.
My apologies. I'm good.
Okay. After you comes the zombie in blue. It goes after Post Baron. So what we'll do is a Dread March. 4 undead plus 1 per malice over 7. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 undead, 6 undead, 9 malice. Each undead gets to move their speed and make a free strike. If reduced to 0 during that march, they don't die until the march is resolved. So the zombie making a free strike on the dwarf to his south. You can take 2 damage post Baron. And then the bone zombies will fire their arrows at everyone. Everyone's going to take 2 damage. Lucian, post Baron, take 2. Brent Mara, you take 2, and then 1 zombie left, or 1 skeleton left over, so you take 3. 4. So 2 more. And then the zombie.
That was 4 for me?
Yeah, 4 for you. Then the zombie to your south will strike you for 2 more, Brent Mara. And the lightning dancing won't go. And that was that malice action. And then the zombie will try to knock back the dwarf, not giving up on it. Still only a push 2 for stability 2, doesn't get it, you moved any. Then he tries to clobber and clutch you, post Baron, 4 damage post Baron. And that's it for his turn. To you guys, post Baron.
When you mentioned, sorry to interrupt, when you mentioned the sweeping attack thing, how does that work?
So anytime you attack a minion, damage carries over to other minions.
Okay.
So you just do an attack like normal, but targeting minions is always a good idea because they do a lot of damage, but they're super easy to kill in big chunks. Okay. Post Baron. Look at that.
Yeah, nonstop.
Just flood of
And
piety.
I've been checking your macro is set up correctly.
I know it's set up correctly. I checked too after like the third 3. Like, did I just type something wrong there? I was thinking to myself, did I just type something wrong? But no,
I know,
it's right.
Every time it's been 3, but I'm okay with that. And I was feeling too cowardly to do the pray. I was like, I'll just do normal piety.
Well, yeah, it could go real south with negative hit points.
Yeah, so I'm going to spend a recovery, and then I'm going to spend a point to spend an additional recovery, and then I'm going to spend a point to let Lucian spend a recovery. So that's 2, and I have an additional one. Do I want to give myself a 3rd recovery? Can I do it multiple times, Tom?
Yep. Yeah, you can spend all 3.
Perfect. I'm spending 3 recoveries, which feels excessive.
That's okay.
That's okay.
It takes a lot of piety and a lot of recoveries.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. I'm at 28 hit points now. Oh, I don't love being at 4 at this stage of the game, though. And then I will. Is there any reason I couldn't Ray of Wrath the guy right in front of me? It's range 10.
Do
but
it.
Like,
do it. You will find out what happens.
I just wasn't sure.
Go for it.
I just wasn't sure if one impacted things. Damn it, Tom! You're not helping me. Fine.
Yes. All right. A ray shoots out. You do have a Bane for doing a ranged attack from with an enemy adjacent. So it's going to do 4 holy damage to it.
That's it.
Okay. After your turn comes the skeletons firing their bows again. All of you taking a shot from their bone blows. The leader still trying to get rid of the lightning. The leader will stand and then try to defend himself from Bramira. So the leader's going to dodge. So he's standing, dodging, then saving versus the lightning and failing. Still covered in dancing lightning. And then he directs all the other ones to fire. And now they don't have higher ground of Bramira. So Bramira, you will have a slightly different one. So 1 shot on everyone, still with an edge or double edge. It's 4 damage to everyone. So everyone takes 5 damage, 4 for the main shot, 1 more for bursting bone damage shrapnel. And Bramira, you take 5 as well. And then 1 arrow left over. The one out of the tidal pool raises up, shoots his bow at Bramira for another 2 Bramira. Skeletons are done. Your turn, Bramira. So Bramira, one thing to think about is catching breath is a maneuver. So you can do that as a maneuver. You would get back 11 stamina, use up 1 recovery.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah, so I'm going to use my maneuver to catch breath. Nope, that's not the right.
CB, sorry. I think it is. It's the one right before.
K for catch. There we go. So I spend a recovery, get down to 7, 176, 16, and then I'm just gonna attack.
Let me show you one other thing. So, if you attack from there, the zombie, he's not part of the minion group of the skeletons, so you won't do extra damage to any of the skeletons, but you all have movement type that you can do as your move called disengage. It lets you shift, which has no provoking, a short distance. So that's another option in your arsenal.
Oh, okay. So I could shift here.
And then if you attack the skeletons, you might destroy all 3 of them.
Yeah, I'm going to shift here and attack.
Click your attack.
Yeah, okay. And then attack from here. So matter, I guess. Oh, my turn. I guess I'm going to use the whole back. I'm going to keep using this back attack. Even though it don't strictly need to, maybe, but I'm going to do it anyways.
So if you're playing with other DMs, be careful of area powers because they don't actually attack multiple minions, but I do. But be careful if you play Drosy with another DM because it would not cascade through all the minions. But this does have the advantage of you destroy the skeleton at your feet covered in lightning. You do 8 damage to the skeleton to your east, which would carry over the way I do it. So he's going to take 8, okay. And then you smash him into the other one. It takes 3 and destroys it. And then the other ones get smashed into and takes 2 more. And just like that, they're almost all gone.
So, and because I have a ferocity, I still have ferocity of 4. For using that, I get +1 surge again.
That's right. And that was all your stuff, right? So next to come is the rise. the rottings. There's just one left. One left. Okay. It follows after Brett Mara to there, tries to clutch at you with its rotting fist, doing 5 damage, Brett Mara. And then since that's the end of the round, but there's people adjacent to everyone, so no more come out of the dirt. Round is 6, 3, 9, should be up to 12. And you guys go first, Lucien.
All right. Lucian is going to do his insights. Get some more on. I'm going to spend 3 to do my Two Throats attack. I am confident that Post Baron can take the guy north of him, so I'm going to target this guy up here and the one right next to Bremer. And that will be for 11 damage. Thanks to Post
2
Baron.
to the north. Okay. I think it's only 7 because you have a enemy adjacent to you, so you're suffering a bane.
Oh,
But-
okay.
But the word of
My
guidance
apologies.
made it a 7, but that kills both of those minions up there easily enough. And
Okay.
since that's a directed attack and you have leftover damage, it kills the last minion. That one just deanimates, just the loss of its leader, the loss of the whole troop. It just kind of crumbles apart in the water and it's gone.
Okay. I will turn to Post Baron and be like, you got this, right?
The last zombie, it first gives its horrendous guttural roar, zombie dust to the 2 of you, 2 corruption each. And what is your
Spirit takes
spirit? What is that trigger? Where is that even? What's the trigger on? Just dealing damage, or is it a strike?
If I'm harmed, whenever a creature deals damage to me.
Okay, so 1 damage to it. And then
Yeah.
that took 3 malice. Then it strikes with all its rage, all its fury, spinning again 5, again 9 malice to make a malicious strike at +6 to damage with its clobbering clutch on the dwarf, doing 12 damage.
You're a monster.
And then Post Baron, your turn.
Here, give me a second. Just gotta
And Ramira, you can start
update
moving toward to help start taking your actions as well. But don't roll any attacks yet until Post Baron does his. Go ahead, Post Baron.
Only 3.
Aw.
I'm legitimately disappointed right now. Well, let's go with Healing Grace. I will spend a recovery, and then I will spend an additional to spend another recovery. I'll spend another additional to let Lucian spend a recovery, and I will spend my 3rd piety to let Brett Mara spend a recovery. I get 2, 1, and then I've learned my lesson with the ranged attack, Tom. Sorry. And I will just grab it and like drain, I guess, only 3 of its essence off. And I guess no one's going to spend a recovery because I don't need to. I need it in scene.
Brett Mara,
How does jumping work?
just tell me what you're doing.
Um,
You're going to run, jump off the cliff, over the water, charge at the thing and smash it?
that is what I want to try. to do,
Boom, you're
yes.
there. Roll your attack.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
And
just describe awesome shit and I'll probably let you do it.
Okay.
That
yes.
is the purpose of this game.
And then I'm going to use my devastating rush attack on it.
Oh, holy cow. With a crit in the last blow, the zombie corpse is demolished, flies probably all the way against the far wall, and slumps to the ground amongst the remains of the shipping there. You guys are victorious. You gain 1 victory. That means next time you start a battle, you're going to start with 1 of your heroic resources. Your heroic resources drop to 0. Your surges drop to 0. You can catch breath as many times as you want, spend as many recovers as you want to regain stamina. You can see, you were up there, I should have drawn the whole room for you. You can see the whole room. It is pretty extensive, and there's a cave mouth in the back of it that goes deeper into this cliff, back to there. The remains of the creatures around you, all kind of rotting away, all bearing this ragged tunic emblazoned with a great bird carrying a sun in its beak. Their weapons are rusty and useless. The chamber you're in is full of detritus and debris. So you stand in this cave. There's a cave mouth further on. There is ruined pirate stuff all around, some chests here and there. What do you guys do?
Well, I'm going to take some time to lay some of these undead to rest.
Sorry, guys. I could not hear you.
Oh, sorry, Tom.
No,
I'm going to.
you were good. I had my speaker volume at 0. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to take some time to try and lay some of these undead to rest. Whether that's kind of piling them up somewhere kind of neatly and orderly.
All
And
right.
then once
That's what you're doing.
done, yeah.
We'll get back to you after you finish that. While he's doing that, Brett Mira, what do you want me doing?
So yeah, I kind of want to look around. I'm trying to keep like one eye on Lucian just to make sure the undead don't stand back up while he's doing that. But I kind of want to be up on this level. I want to like look around up here.
Okay. There's some chests and such you can look in. They creak as you open them. You look around carefully, make sure nothing is coming. That heard that. Nothing of any value. There's the odd copper coin, but just nothing of much value that you can find up there. Lucian, what do you want to do?
Well, seeing as how Brett Mira's searching, I will head up that way to sort of help, but also kind of almost post up right here, make sure I don't see or hear anything
Okay,
coming.
so you guys have searched the upper tier, found nothing of any significant value. Brett Mira or Post Baron, you have piled up bodies, drug them into a pile. What do you want to do after that, Post Baron?
I'm going to take a moment after we're done that. I would like to actually look in some of the pools. Am I still glowing? Is there undead within 20?
They're still undead within 20 squares? Is that how far it is?
Sorry, let me double check. I'm mostly sure.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, they're still undead.
Okay.
No line of effect needed. 20 squares would take you quite a ways. Yeah. Past where
Yeah,
it's strong.
that doesn't
Could be other caverns.
really tell the whole,
Could be other caverns in this complex with undead in them still.
yeah, above or below.
Searching the pools or
back.
looking through the pools, you note one thing. There's a ship's anchor in the pool to the south, and it's resting on top of what at first looked like a human femur, but your dwarven senses catch that it's not bone, or maybe it is bone, but it's encased in some other metallic substance. Pulling that up, you find it is a dead weight. It is a humanoid femur coated in lead. It feels impossibly heavy for its size. It's all you can do to drag it out of that tidal pool. Would any of you like to own the dead weight? If you would, roll d20. If you'll carry it, if no one else wants it, you can type a 1 in the chat. To roll d20, you do a slash key, and then the small letter R, and then a space, and then the letter D, and then 20.
Just reading what it does. It's bizarre.
Yeah, you fall twice as fast. On the way down, you could attack. You're going to hit hard when you hit the ground.
You know what? I'll roll for it.
Anyone else want a dead weight?
Yeah.
All right. Looks like Post Baron has a dead weight in his possession. You can always, if something better comes along and you roll and get it, drop the dead weight.
I'm happy to not hold on to this forever. So the project goal, that's unrelated. Like I actually have the item, not the stuff to make it.
Correct. Yeah. No recipe, just the item.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. What else? As the two of you up there are guarding, you want to just keep guarding or anything else you want to do up there?
I'll go ahead and move up a little bit. About just like kind of turn the corner here.
So Post Baron, as you get the weight out of the pool and you kind of are putting away somewhere, you know they're scouting ahead. You can see Lucian around the corner cavern, lit up as the cavern that you're in, and it goes back. It's a very low ceiling. It continues past where I've drawn these things. Right here, this is a pillar from floor to ceiling. This is a 3 square north-south pillar from floor to ceiling. The walls have niches in them. These niches, some of them have water pooled in them, and old rotten skeletons reclining as if they're bunks of some sort. The ceiling here is low, like just 10 feet high, and kind of almost pressing down upon the chamber. That's what you see. Lanterns here too, so it's illuminated so you can see it. While you're looking at that, Brett Mara, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm honestly not doing a lot because I'm trying to just keep an eye on both people.
Okay. Post Baron.
So I'm kind of like trying to split the middle here of like where I'm at, like where I'm standing, just so I can not be too. I don't want to lose track of anyone.
What do you want to do?
Well, now that I've like hauled this thing out of the water, is it impeding my like movement or?
No, it does not.
Okay, so that was just more flavor than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just going to come up and join the others.
All right. So, seeing what you can see there, Lucian, what do you want to do?
I'm going to. I don't see anything sort of moving besides obviously the lanterns.
No,
things like that.
Nothing is alive in there.
I'm going to motion the other two behind me that I'm going to slowly go in, and that they should kind of wait where I am, and then move forward.
You can move about 3 squares in, wherever you want to go with your 3 squares moving in. You two behind can move up to wherever you want to move up to. and then something
Yeah,
will
I
happen.
move up right there.
But Mary, you can move up to where you want to be. When you get to there, the skeleton's like one of the bones like falls to the ground, startling you to the west. And then more startling, where that skeleton is, rising up out of it is a shade like dark, almost unformed ghost like creature there. And Baron, you see one out of the corner of your eye moving to the east, over there, rising where a skeleton was over there. And then you see a leader type. So the two that are kind of malformed, they look almost humanoid in size and shape, but you can't really make out any features on them. This one's different. This one looks like the first mate of a ship, of a pirate ship, but it's ghostly as well. That's the one to the east and to the north. And furthermore, you see more of these things coming into view to the west, to the northeast. And then Lucian, you can just make out one, and you maybe hear the bones rattling of another thing to the northeast. And the chamber continues out of sight to the north as well. Okay, and these things are malevolent. They're coming after you right away. They mimic a mock movement as there are pirates moving in on you, their captain leading them. And then the ones in the back, they are thugs, like the ship's enforcers. They're bigger, beefier, but still also incorporeal. So you guys, though, were ready for it. You're able to act first. Lucian, you're in the thick of it. Do you want to go first? Or you want to lay low and let one of your friends?
No, I'll go first.
Okay, Lucian.
No problem.
So let me draw these for you. So we got the ones that are shadowy in form, are shades, and then they're being led by the first mate of the ship, which is an umbral stalker, and the enforcers in the back are specters.
Very cool. No, I can only see I can see everyone, right?
You see a lot, yeah. You see the first mate to the east of you. You see a shadowy form to the west of you.
Okay. So seeing how this is a pillar next to me, I'm gonna sort of lean up against it, and to the west, go ahead and do I will do a 8 attack. Trying to find it. There it is. Okay. So that is 8 damage, and I get to shift.
The shadowy form to your west disperses, and you had seen another one to the northeast coming, but it disperses as well.
Okay. And Tom, shift 2 means I get to move 2 without any sort of provocation or anything, right?
Right. Okay. You shift 1 to here. When you do, you set off a trap. A snare goes taunt, tries to grab you and pull you up toward the ceiling. Your movement ends there. You take 1 damage, but you're agile enough you don't get caught in the snare. That was all part of your actions, so you still have your maneuver and move left. So you can move with your move.
Gotcha. As a maneuver, going to let me just move instead. Actually, so I'm going to move 1, 2. So Tom, is the trap just 1 square right in front of me? Do I know how?
It's sprung, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. It was like in the square you were in. Yep.
Understood.
But now it's hanging from the ceiling, and no one in it.
So I will 1, 2, 3. I'll move over here. And that's it, I think.
The first mate calls the other sailors to their feet, comes out of its niche, seems to flow right through the pillar stone as if it's not even there. When it arrives here, conjures up with some sort of strange juju magic, a swirling darkness miasma that is bitterly cold on Brett Mira and Baron. This freezing dark causes the two of you 3 cold damage each, and the area completely blocks your line of effect. Not only sight, but effect. Nothing you do can go through it. You can move through it, but nothing you do can go through it. I'll draw it on the map here. You also, of course, can't see through it. That'll be good. So that square 3x3 is the cold area that no line of effect will go through, of your line of effect at least. And you guys took your damage, and that used 3 of his malice. And then...
Just out of curiosity, does it block my runic carvings?
No, that doesn't require line of effect.
Am I still glowing?
No, those don't require line of effect. It's there. You don't see it coming, Baron, but something cold gets close to you and tries to grasp you and does 4 cold damage to you, and then seems to move away into the darkness. Now, the 2 others 2 other pirate ghosts come out, and one attacks Lucian and one attacks Brett Mira with life drains. This is 2 corruption Lucian, 2 corruption Brett Mira, and then...
Sorry, Tom, my spirit ward would have done 1 damage, or 2 damage, but I'm assuming they're resistant, so...
Got it, yeah. And then that one that came upon you, Lucian, it actually flies right through you. And as it does, you feel chill through your body. You take 1 corruption damage from that.
Tom, I have immunity to corruption, so is every time I take it, I lower it by 1? Is that
Correct,
how that works?
yeah.
Or,
Correct.
so I don't take any...
Nothing from it passing through you, yeah.
Okay.
And only 1 from the life drain.
Mhm.
Okay, that was that. They're gone. They're all done. Your turn. Brett Mira. You feel a cold presence to your north. You'll have a bane to attack it. The darkness extends to the north. What do you want to do? Matt, you there?
Yeah, I want to try and I'm going to try and maneuver first. I'm going to try and push back whatever is in front of me.
Okay.
Because I want to move forward. Because I can't really see what's going on, right? You said?
Correct, yeah. You have no visibility. So you shove forward, go to hit your knockback button.
Oh,
What's your frosty at? So push
Frosty
3?
is at 3.
Okay. This thing moves out of your way. You can feel it as you're shoving forward, but it has enough stability to resist. Well, you don't have to go through it.
Yeah,
you
so
shove
I'm
it back.
basically pushing and trying to move forward, and as I get to the end of this movement, basically, because that's what I'm going to do, is
You can
I'm
go
going
right through it. So in Draw Steel, moving through enemies are difficult terrain. So if you wanted to, you could just say, I'm just shoving forward as hard as I can. You'd move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get to there, and you could see everything. Or you could stop as soon as you feel resistance.
That was not what I wanted. I didn't mean to click that. Well, although I'm probably going to.
So what are you going to do for movement?
That is what
you're going to stop there.
Basically,
okay.
As soon as I get here, kind of to the edge of this and start to see things.
And then, if you want to do that back thing,
yeah,
that might actually be pretty good for you.
Attack.
I think abilities don't need you to see. Let me double check the area abilities. Attacker, no target, effectively hidden, can't target with strike, but otherwise your back will get both of them. Okay, so getting both with the back, you're going to do 5 damage to the north one, destroying it. I don't think anything happens when it goes down. Nope. And you see the one to your west, Lucian, get a little less powerful. Oops, not. And then you did another 5 damage to the first mate there. Got that. And now you sense it's gone, so you can continue movement. In Draw Steel, you can move before and after and in between your actions and your maneuvers.
Yeah, because I kind of want to get out.
Yeah.
At least out of the cold, so I can see.
Okay.
Everything.
Nicely done. And then after you comes the Spectres, the enforcers of the ship. They do a kind of a double arm cock, like what's his name in Mission Impossible? Superman. I don't know if you guys
Henry Cavill.
Yeah, Henry Cavill.
When he cocks his arm,
they cut these cock their arms like they're gonna get you. So the close one, it is coming right through the wall, but it also it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, actually 5, right through the wall, straight up onto Brett Mira, and then tries to reach out and grab your neck with a decaying touch, doing let's do 4 corruption. And it will spend 2 malice to make that potency on the weakness 2. So you took 4 corruption, and then since your presence is less than 2, you'll be weakened save ends. That gives you a bane on every ability you use until you save against it. And then with its maneuver, it does hidden move. Turns invisible, moves at speed, becomes visible, and it moves back around the corner there. The other one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, goes right through the wall, right through the column, closes on Lucian, does a decaying touch on you, Lucian, 4 corruption, and it will, it has no more else. So you are not weakened. Does 4 corruption on you, and it will also do its hidden move to get back away from you to there. Post Baron, your turn. Your runes are glowing. You can't see them, but they're glowing.
And I'm going to focus on that glow. I know I can't mechanically do anything to dispel this, but I'm going to really channel those. I guess I was due. I should.
Good thing you weren't praying, yeah.
And I'm going to walk with my staff extended. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I am, and I can see this one. It's visible again.
Yep, you can.
Back to the underworld with you.
And
and
wrath.
that will be 4 holy damage to it. And what effect is that on you, Brett Mara? Weakened?
Weekend save-ins.
Yeah.
Okay. I will. I don't want to do any of that. I will use the. Is there a button for it? 8 attack. Target the enemy. Next ally ability versus one adjacent enemy. Okay, perfect. I'm aiding the attack on the first mate or whatever this guy is.
All right. An edge on the next person to strike at him, or next person use ability against him. Okay, that's into round 1. Round 2. Lucian, go ahead.
So I know you mentioned the whole initiative thing.
Yeah.
So like, how does this work? Like, do I just
So
say
right
I really
now, here, let me click this.
like,
So if you have your initiative test set to 0, that tells me and everyone else that you're not ready to go. Skip you if it comes to you. Unless everyone's at 0, then I just go in whatever order you appear in. If you set your initiative to 1, that means I'm ready to take my turn. I planned it out. I know what I'm going to do. When it gets to me, I'm going. 2 means it's real important I go right away before anyone else. Let me skip up in the initiative order. If there's multiple people with 2s, we'll talk about it. We'll see who really, really, really wants to go first. Usually it's best to have your initiative set to 1 and be prepared when your turn comes up, and then it moves fast. But when you have something real important to do, you can throw it up to a 2. Okay. So given all that, and Lucian at 0, and I'll go to the first. Oh, Lucian's at 1. Okay, go ahead, Lucian. So I'll just basically go in the order that appears in the turn order, unless I see a 2.
All right. So Lucian will first get some nice insight in. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my keystrokes. So I'm going to target I believe it's the shadow directly west of me, and the specter to the south of me. And that will be 11 damage.
Finishes both.
Okay, awesome. And then I'm going to go ahead and do some next to it. 1, 2, 3, move next to the specter here. And that's it.
When you move 1 square south of him, you trip another trap.
Oh, great.
Another snare tries to grab you and lift you up. But you're way too agile even for this one.
Guys.
You can shift 1 square away, and you're not affected, and that trap is sprung.
Yeah.
So from there, you can shift a
I'm
square.
here for it, guys.
All right. After you, Stalkers. Stalker. I'm just clicking to see how long it lasts. I think it's till the end of his turn. Till the end of your next turn. Concealment blocks line of effect for enemies. Okay. Cube 3 and 1. You'll do another freezing dark. 3 more malice. Right on top. Doing 3 cold damage to Post Baron and Brett Mara.
He'll take the corruption.
He'll take 1.
Yeah.
Then he'll do Chilling Grasp on Brett Mara, doing 7 cold damage, Brett Mara. Move away. And then back to you guys. Brett Mara, your turn. He definitely disappeared, Brett Mara, after striking you to the north and to the east, so you know which way to go to follow.
Ooh. So I'm going to. So basically, I'm following, and then going to use. Since I'm going to use Devastating Rush.
Okay.
On him.
All right. When you close that last square, you trip a snare, but it does not affect you. So go ahead and hit your Devastating Rush. And with that, you overpower and destroy him. You can finish moving if you have any movement left. Oh no, the trap ended your move, unless you're moving during the trap as part of your Devastating Rush, which it probably was. So you might have some movement left. You can finish whatever movement you have left.
Yeah, because I would have moved 3,
while I take the Spectre's turn.
And then the charge from the Devastating would have been the trap. And then so I'm going to do.
Lucian, you take 3 damage, corruption, and then this thing moves away from you for evoking. Lucian?
That is 10 damage.
And Lucian, you finish it. The pirates are gone. Pirate ghosts are gone, leaving you in their bunk room, which may be booby-trapped still, but now that you can move and carefully look around, you can look for trip cords. It appears you tripped everyone there was. There's no other ones.
You're welcome, guys.
The chamber, again, is a low ceiling chamber.
Best way to disarm a trap is to trigger it.
Skeletons still reclining where the ghostly undead came from. The ghostly undead disperse when they're destroyed, but while they were there, they were wearing tabards also with the same emblazoned great bird carrying a sun in its beak. There is various rusty cutlasses.
I was weakened, right?
Yeah, that'll end. Yeah, you can just take that off. Various chests and other such things in the chamber. What do you guys want to do? You can also also catch breath at will.
Yeah, absolutely going to catch my breath. I'm dangerously low.
Lucian, what do you want to do?
I'm also going to catch breath.
And then after that,
And kind of look around, make sure. I mean, obviously we've tripped all the traps, but just make sure that there's nothing else that's
you
hopefully coming.
find a pirate satchel, which contains
Okay.
2 items of note, or maybe 3 items of note. There is do the healing potion first. There's a healing potion, a thick red liquid. Sip of it tastes like sour beer. You identify it as a potion of healing. Lets you spend a recovery, or no, lets you get your recovery stamina without spending a recovery. Who would like that potion of healing? Roll a straight d20. So to do that, Matt, you do /r space d20 and hit enter in the chat.
I'm willing to trade my
You don't have to trade
dead
yet.
weight.
You don't have to trade yet.
Joking.
Let's see what. Did you
I'm
want to
just
roll for
bartering
the
with them.
healing potion? There we go. Okay, so it looks like Lucian, you get a potion of healing. And Lucian will probably also take the other one if you roll high enough. You get also Lucian. You guys found a recipe, some notes. It looks, you were hoping first it was a pirate treasure map, but instead it's a recipe for concocting black ash darts. And there's 3 little vials with it of black ash. So if you'd like the recipe for making black ash and the ingredients for making a black ash dart, roll d20. And you can have 2 items before you have to start giving items up. So Lucian, you could, if you roll high enough, also get this. But then if you roll anything else, you'll have to start giving these things out to other people if you roll high enough. Okay. Lucian has got the healing potion and the black ash ingredients and recipe. That's all you find with the search of the chamber. No other traps, and 1 cave going deeper in, and your ruins are still glowing.
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
I'll turn back to the other 2 and say, shall we?
Absolutely.
Head towards this narrow opening. When I
You
get to
can
about
see,
here,
you can see just from the opening a large cavern in which it keeps going further back than what I have drawn, but you can't see past the first part of it at the start. So in this chamber, you can see a soaring cavern, ceiling 8 squares over your head. It's littered with debris from various ships. There's broken ballistae, once part of the ships embedded in the cavern walls, pointing out toward the cavern. There's 2 large masts. The first mast I have drawn, the second one's behind it and kind of blocked by the front one, that are driven into the ground with a web of rigging between them. That rigging, any one of these ropes that go from ground to mast, for example, you can climb, and you can climb it at full speed. So as long as you're near a rope, you can basically change your altitude with movement as you climb up and down sails and rigging and such to get up to the crow's nests or anywhere else you want to be in the rigging. You think you can see kind of a whitish glow on the far crow's nest, but from the opening here, you can't make out what exactly it is. And that's it.
Okay. Well, I will continue to sort of lead the way.
Yeah, that was your second victory, so you all will start the next encounter with 2 of your heroic resource.
Yeah, I will slowly.
Go ahead and stop when you get to there. The rest of you guys can take up positions behind Lucian. You get far enough in there, you can make out the rest of the cavern, Lucian, and you can make out what that glowing white form is. The glowing white form is on the crow's nest in the back, sitting casually, a translucent woman, the sword at her side, a maroon tricorn hat, and a long patched-up admiral coat. She calls, "Aye, Captain LeMange and his dogs come to finish the job they have. To arms, lads!" And as she says, "To arms, lads," you see kind of materializing at various altitudes in the rigging pirates. Ghostly ones, though. And the number that's on each of these enemy tokens is their altitude in squares for the lower base of the token.
Makes sense.
At her words, the whole cavern starts swaying like the deck of a ship on rough seas. Meanwhile, spectral figures rise in the rigging, and they are ready to do battle. So, you guys once again win the initiative. Let me get them in the initiative order here. The captain and her pirates. So, surges are at 0, work resources are at 2, and your hero tokens are at 4. So that's good. Into the last battle. You guys get to go first. It looks like Post Baron wants to go. Go ahead, Post Baron.
Oh, spectacular.
Wow, look at you.
I couldn't be happier with that. Okay. I will give Brett Mara 8 temporary stamina using the protection prayer effect. That'll give me a couple more. First time you are an ally, gain temporary stamina. Sorry, warning. I am going to boldly walk into the entranceway, point up at with my staff. Captain Victoria Crix LaFay, your time on this plane is over. Depart.
Ooh, roll
She
too.
crackles with lightning.
She seems to resist some of the lightning. It seems to like get absorbed into her coat, but it still does 10 lightning. She only resisted one of it, and it is still dancing around her. But you see it also kind of coalescing onto her daggers at her strap of her belt. Like they're empowered by lightning now.
Oh, well, that's spectacular. That used three, and I don't think there's a lot else I can do. No one needs healing. Let me just take a gander at these. Some enemies. No, that is all I'm going to do.
All right, Captain Crix. The mage will not defeat me. She will use... Well, first of all, she will haunt. Range of 8. Her and an ally. Shift her speed with 2 malice. So she'll spend a couple malice. She moves tightrope walking across the main rigging between the 2 masts to there. And so does one of her pirates to there. And then with her movement, that was a maneuver to do that. Their movement, she will come to the crow's nest and the forward mast, take up her spot there, and then fling down those daggers. Dancing with lightning. Damage increases. Next damage level you use to deal extra light damage equal to your level. So the empowered daggers throws down on Lucian and Post Baron. Phantom Blades. Higher ground gives her an edge, but not enough to get to tier 3. So 11 psychic and 1 lightning Lucian. 11 psychic and 1 lightning Post Baron. She's going to take a d10 lightning. Roll that for me if you could, Post Baron. 7. And it seems to bite even a little bit deeper, like it did 8 to her instead of just 7. And she put the lightning symbol there. Versus she screams at the pain. It's that. And then you two are kind of dancing with lightning, granting an edge to the next person to attack you. And finally, at the end of her turn, she will save against the lightning effect.
Tragedy.
And it disappears from her. And she is done. And back to you guys. Lucian, go ahead.
All right. Insight first. Now, Tom, even though these specters are in the air, a ranged weapon can still reach them, right? It's not
Yep,
like...
they're only a height of 5, so if you got a range of 5, you're good.
So I'm going to move over 1, 2.
Did I do anything that round?
No, you haven't gone yet.
Okay, it hasn't. Okay, it's still. Okay, I'm just.
You're good. Yeah,
Sorry.
hasn't got to you yet.
I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 insight for 2 throats. Oof. All right, not great, but it's okay. Oh, there you go.
7 damage.
So 7 damage to the captain.
Okay.
Up here, and the specter up here.
All right. She shrieks at that damage. The specter doubles over the pain. Anything else, Lucian?
No.
At the end of your turn, first villain action, she raises her hands, and in retribution, bits of wood's decking, parts of masts and such rise up into the air and hurl toward each of you. You each are struck and take 5 damage.
Ooh. Okay.
Don't forget your temps, Brett Mara. And those temps, they carry over from combat to combat. Okay. That was villain action. Then Spectre's going. The one you just hit, Lucian. He will descend upon you and do a decaying touch on you. And that will be 5 corruption, or 4 of you, I think. And weaken you, save ends. And then with his maneuver, he'll do hit and move. Be right back up on the rigging as if he never came down. And then the other one will do the same to Post Baron. Gain touch on you, doing 4 corruption. It takes 1 corruption, or 2, I mean, but 1.
Yeah.
And then right back up to the rigging where it was after that happens. It will also spend 2 of those malice to weaken you, Post Baron. Save ends.
Okay.
They are done. Brett Mara, your turn. So Brett Mara, you can climb the rigging and get up, no problem. So basically you can get up to an altitude of 5 by going up the rope to the north or the rope to the south. So So don't let their altitude stop you from getting to them if you want to get to them.
Yeah, so basically, I want to get, just not sure where I go. I don't want to be.
You can be right there. So yeah, you grab a hold of the rope to the north and run up it effectively.
Basically charging up into her, and I'm at 5. So I'm going, and just to make sure I'm doing this right, ferocity is a spend, like you spend it, right?
Correct. Every time you use an
I
ability.
wanted to make sure I was doing. That's what I was doing.
Yeah. So right now you're sitting at 4 ferocity
Yeah.
as it resets, but you start at 2.
I'm at 5 actually.
Oh, you took damage. 5 ferocity. Yeah.
So I'm at 5, which means I am going to use blood for blood.
Nice.
On her when I get up there, and
do you want to do extra damage by taking damage?
Sure.
Okay, you roll a d6. That's how much damage you'll do, and I'll roll a d6. That's how much damage you'll take. So you take 2. Oh, you do 6. Nice. So 12 damage to her. And in addition, she has a triggered action that goes when you attack her. So she's taken 12, but she is shrieking at you as you strike at her, which halves the damage she takes, and you take 2 more, Bretmare. So you took 2 for doing it, 2 more for the Sonic Shriek, so you should be down 4 hit points. And she took 12, halved to 6. You've moved so far, you've done that attack. Anything else? Oh, she's mighty enough not to be bleeding. No, she's not. Her might is actually -2, so she is bleeding and weakened. Save it.
Horn at her. Knocking her back actually does me any good. Yes, I'm done.
All right. The specters go.
Yeah.
With Malice, there is a report sounding like a cannon fire that echoes through the cavern. A cannonball streaks from the north through Lucian, through Post Baron. A ghostly cannonball it is. Might test for both of you. That is the damage depending on your tier of your might test. Looks like Lucian got a 10 for 2 corruption. Lucian pushed 2. And then Post Baron, looks like you got 2 corruption as well. Yeah. And you don't get pushed at all. That was Malice, and that was 2 Malice. Then this one rushes across the rigging and then stands on the cross mast, or what the cross piece is called, and attacks Bretmare from there with Decaying Touch, doing 4 corruption on you. Your presence is high enough, that's all. Just 4 corruption. Then the one in the far back of the room moves as fast as it can. You think, oh, I'm safe, it's not getting to me. Then it seems to disappear, Bretmare. And with the maneuver, closes the rest of the distance with a hidden move maneuver, and then Decaying Touch when it gets there for 3. Oh, it has an edge. Still just 3. 3 damage Post Baron.
And does that get rid of the edge because it was just for the next attack?
Yep.
Or
yeah,
okay,
it goes away.
I thought so.
That's the specters. That's into round 1. Round 2. First to act, Post Baron.
Oh no!
No.
Hold on. Hero token.
I don't think you can use the hero token for that. It's not a test or
anything. It says whenever you take damage, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you can definitely heal yourself with it. Do you want to heal yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 hero tokens spent.
So I take 5, and then I immediately heal 10. I'm at 8. Not ideal. Okay, sure that's squared away correctly. And then the first time
you guys are starting to kind of get motion sickness as the whole cave's waving, it seems like, to you, as if you're at the sea. The sails, the wind's starting to pick up, and the sails are starting to strain. No game effects, but that's what's happening around you.
Okay. I am going to spend 5. We all gain 5 temp hit points. Not as good as I wanted. And then I am going to use Healing Grace. Oh, no, they're both maneuvers.
You can trade your action for it if you wanted.
I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to do that. Too low in health not to.
Don't forget your temps, Lucian. Make sure you're paying attention.
Yeah, you have 5 temp. So, Lucian, you are able to spend a recovery.
Okay.
And I will spend a additional piety, so I can use my last one. I'm at 20 left. And I will spend 1 last point on... Oh, you are really low. I will...
Yeah, they didn't like me that much.
I'll give you another one. This is my last piety. That's all I got. Sorry, guys. I was hoping
all done, Post Baron? Okay. Yeah. Now the captain, you can see the rage seething, and the sails are straining, and you each are like spirited up into the air. If your presence is less than 1, so it's not that effective, less than 1. That's none of you, it looks like. So you feel your body's being lifted off the ground. You're like up to your tiptoes, and then you grab onto something. You're able to pull yourself back down against whatever ghostly power she was using. And then her turn.
I just remember we've been Tom.
Oh, then your turn. Yeah, the mic goes away, or the weakness goes away. Right. So her turn. She will use. Well, this is actually another malice power, not her. So as the mast is straining in the wind, you see a rope break, and then another break, and then the mast begins to spin and smashing into each of you, just going through the ghosts like they're not even affected by it. So this takes 3 malice, and the 2 of you within close range of her, or within 2 of her, which is Lucian and Brett Mira, have to make agility tests. So Lucian, you roll really well, get the highest result. You take 1 damage, Lucian, and you are slid 1 as you're smashed by the mast and sail and such. Brett Mira, to make an agility test, you click the buttons, the 5th one over, the one that's got might and agility and reason on it. So that is, with your agility of 2, a 16, which gives you a tier 2 result. You take 2 damage. Don't forget your attempts. You would be slid 2, but you are a dwarf. You hold on. You're not slid 2, and you're strong enough. You're not knocked prone. So that's it for that. And then she will take her action. Her action will be to use her Phantom Blade Storm, firstly on Brett Mira and Lucian. So the 2 of you are going to take 14 psychic damage. And you're both slowed. Use the snail icon. Save ends. Oh, stop. She's weakened. Oh. But yeah, that's enough. That brings it down to a 16, but not on Lucian. So Lucian's you take the full 14, but Brett Mira, you only take 7. I mean, no, you only take 11. You're still both slowed. Use the snail icon. I put a 1 over the things that I want to know of save-ins, which Lucian, one of yours is save-ins. To do that for Brett Mira, you would click the token, click the circle at the 6 o'clock position, and then you're looking for a snail. Yeah, and if you actually hover over the snail and type the number 1, it'll put a 1 on top of it to remind you it's a save-ins effect. Right. That was your Phantom Blade Storm on the 2 of you. And then, what she got for maneuver? She'll stand her ground after that. And she's got both of those effects. Oh, she's also bleeding, which makes she takes another d6 plus her level. 2 more damage. And then she will save versus that effect successfully. No longer weakened or bleeding. Her turn is done. Back to you guys. Lucian.
Okay. I am.
You don't need to go up well, as a matter of fact, you cannot go up the ropes to get back up to this mast. But you can go up the sails and up the, whatever the ladder on the side is called. That stays attached. It's kind of flopping at the bottom, but you can grab it and climb up at full speed. Oh, but you're weakened, so you're half speed climbing.
Yeah, no. I'm just going to use all of the resources I've got left right now for the time being and do the 2 throats attack. That will be 12. So that's 7 damage on her and the Spectre of North.
So it should be 5 because you're weakened, right? So Bane.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, nope. Now it's 7.
Never mind.
7 to her, 7 to the one just north of her, or the one the far north of her?
You know what? Let's do it. Is he within range? Yes. So far north, please.
Dropped him.
Thank you. And I am then gonna catch breath, and that's my turn.
And then you got 2 saves to make.
1. Oof.
So 1 left.
Okay.
And that was your turn. Next is the Spectres. All right. Well, this one has no one next to him. Will come to attack Lucian. So, like, through the sail, Lucian comes a stabbing cutlass, doing 4 corruption to you, and he'll spend 2 malice to weaken you again, save-ins, and then he uses his hidden move and is right back up in the ring. And then, Brett Mira, your turn.
Okay. So I get my turn. So it's 2, 3. Means I can use the back. I'm going to use back. So I'm going to use back since I want to hit both these guys.
5 damage to both.
Then I am going to use a catch breath.
All right. Anything else?
And that will be it.
The Spectre on you, Post Baron, kind of dances through you with swordplay and such, causing you to take 2 corruption, Post Baron. It takes 1, and then it stabs at you with its cutlass for a decaying stab attack for 4 corruption. And I forgot to mark you on this, Brett Mira, but she hit you with her dagger so that you would be gaining advantage to the next attack against you. And then it will, not wanting more corruption, fly hidden back up into the rigging up here. Actually, it takes a spot up on the cliff edge, a couple squares high. And then the one on Brett Mira, advantage on the first stab, just 3 Brett Mira, corruption. Does not weaken or anything like that. And it's done. And round is over. Round 3.
I had a save ends thing. I did that. Okay.
First to go, Post Baron. You're too deep in the caves. The gods can't hear you.
Yeah, it feels like it. I wonder if I can just like trick them to head out with me. Okay. I will Healing Grace on Lucian. So you can spend a recovery.
Lucian's last.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah.
And I will say, don't forget your healing potions. And
When here, the red outline on Lucian means he's about to die.
Oh, great. Thanks,
You're
Tom.
welcome.
and again, I will raise my staff, point it towards the captain. Again, Captain Victoria Crix LaFay, your time on this mortal plane is at an end. Depart and rest. 8 lightning damage.
Ooh, she does not like that. Oh, she takes 1 less. Her weapons are empowered again.
Wait, why am I about to die? Oh, because I don't have any.
You're out of recoveries.
Hey,
Okay,
hey Tom.
that's fine.
Sorry. I can't add stamina, by the way. I had it on 15 for some reason. And
It's
there you
15
go.
good? Is that where you're at?
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Sorry, I couldn't add it
Okay.
on my end.
That's it, Tom. Just if you can throw that symbol on her.
Oh boy. Don't like
Okay.
that lot.
At the end of your turn, Post Baron, her last
Yeah.
villain action, the Awful Whale. You all 3 take 5 sonic damage.
Mhm.
And if you have a presence of 1 or less than 2, which you both do that just got winded, you all do that just got winded. Oh, this is dark. You all are reduced to 1 stamina.
Tom's trying really hard to act like he's not enjoying this right now.
Oh man. Oh, this is screenshot worthy.
that
Let me
was-
grab a screenshot of this real quick.
I've run away before, and I'll run away again.
I don't think that's saving us right now.
Oh my
Actually,
god.
that's an intense ability.
Yeah, it is. And it just happened to work out perfect on you guys.
Does she
Yeah.
take her D10 lightning damage?
Hold on. Let's see what
Don't
happens
hold
here.
on me.
Hold on. That was a villain action. I gotta see how that works. How villain actions interplay. All right. So your power is violence will not save you. Once per turn, deals damage to a creature. We'll say yes.
Yeah.
So roll a d10 for me. The lightning's dancing across her. Almost finishes her.
That would have been excellent.
I know. Oh boy, this is gonna be close.
I was really.
That was the end of your
banking
turn,
on
Post Baron, that she did that villain action. And then her turn goes the first time per turn, so she won't take the lightning damage with any more damage deals this round.
just once.
Afraid this might be the end of you guys. We'll see how it goes. So she will do Phantom Bladestorm on Brett Mira and Lucian. There's an edge on both of you. No, those edges both got used by the specters. So Brett Mira, you're going to take 11. Lucian, you're going to take 14.
Tom, I hesitate to try this because I don't know if this is going to work, but I have a trigger action that I, for some reason, have used earlier in this combat, and I never realized I had it. So you got it already.
Choose
Okay.
enemy in distance of triggering strike, including enemy who targeted you. Strike targets that enemy instead. Well, it turns out the Phantom Bladestorm is a strike.
Okay. I just didn't know if it was like range.
So the
or
dagger,
melee.
somehow you tricked her. So a moment of confusion in combat to my enemy's peril. Chose enemy in distance to trigger strike, including enemy who targeted you. Strike targets that enemy instead, which is her. And the dagger slips in her grasp, ricochets off the mast of the ship, and impales itself in her chest for 14 psychic damage. Well, it'll be 11 for her, but that's enough. To finish her, she swears vengeance as her last word on you, Post Baron. But luckily, you still think she's confused because she's posed in vengeance on Captain LeMange, and she dissolves. The dagger that you tricked her into wielding on herself, Lucian, clatters to the ground. And her coat also is there, but the rest of her is just sea foam on the floor of the crow's nest. The rest of the incorporeal undead dissipate. With her
Oh, thank
defeat,
God, you are.
with her defeat, the night of the new moon is safe to sail once more. And tales are spun at ports near and far of your heroics as you put it in
Wow.
to Captain Crix. Wow.
We need to screenshot this. This is crazy. One stamina left.
Oh my God. That is insane.
Jeez.
That was
This
the
has to be the
perfect time to use that
So,
ability.
out
has
of
to be the
curiosity, how this interact? Did I take damage still?
You still took the damage, but
Okay,
you still
so
live.
I still took damage. So
Yeah.
I'm at
-9.
-9.
Yeah, but you live until -16, so you're safe.
So yeah, so I collapse down, but you guys got it. You got this.
Wow. That's the closest I've ever seen an income for all of you. Oh, and her 2 items that clattered to the ground. Just take a screenshot of the aftermath. The 2 things that clattered to the ground are her dagger that Lucian tricked her into wielding against herself, which is actually a leveled magic item. The Knife of 9, a light weapon. It deals extra psychic damage with an attack. And if you would like that, any of the 3 of you can roll for it. You probably want to have a kit that uses light weapons really to be effective with it. But go ahead and roll.
I am going to pass on the roll because I think Lucian earned it. I think that attack saved the day, and that is a fair reward.
Yeah, it's not something that I would use.
All right. So Lucian, you're gonna have to give up. Do you still have the potion of healing or the?
Yeah,
Okay.
I will give up the potion to Literal.
Okay, so there's a potion of healing up for grabs. You guys don't need to use it because you're done with the adventure. So one of you is going to keep it if we play this character again. Roll d20 if you want it. Post Baron and Brett Mara. Okay, so that goes to Brett Mara. Potion of healing, and then the last item, her coat that she was wearing, is a color cloak yellow. It gives you immunity to lightning equal to your level. Additionally, if you're targeted by an effect that deals lightning damage, you can use a triggered action to cause the next damage dealing ability you use. I kind of twisted it when she used it, but you deal extra lightning damage equal to your level. So if you want the color cloak yellow, roll a d20.
Lucian's going to pass on this one.
Sagan?
I said Lucian will pass on this one.
Okay.
I'll let.
So looks like, do you want it? Do you want to roll for it, Brett Mara?
I'm neutral towards it. Like, is it something that you think you want, Tyson?
If you want to roll for it, like I'm not so bent out of shape like that. It'll be problematic. It'd be nice to have, but not so much that.
No. Apparently, no.
All right, Post.
That's my ambivalence there.
You have the color cloak, and that is the end. You guys gained 2 victories from that fight, so you're going to be 4 victories, which turn into 4 experience points. You need 16 experience points to gain 2nd level. But if you play these characters again, you can play them with the equipment that you found, and that's it. What an ending! Can't believe how close that got.
Thanks, Tom. That was excellent. I'm going to roll this character into the Tuesday game.
Oh, okay. Very good. Yeah. Send me the update if you change anything, and that will be in
I
Tuesday.
just need the 2 items. That sweet, sweet dead weight and my cloak.
It's just going to weigh you down.
Yeah, thank you. That was interesting. It was interesting to see. Also interesting to see it with 3 people. That's definitely things can get scary.
Yeah. They can get scary with 5 people, but they get scary fast with 3, that's for sure. And you guys didn't do any different than every group I've run so far. But that first room, if you can take those skeletons out, it's so much easier. But it's designed to try and convince you to fight the zombies, and the zombies trying to keep you away from the skeletons. No group has gone after the skeletons that I've ever seen play it. But they do 20 damage every round.
You almost...
And all it takes is a basic ranged attack takes them out.
Yeah.
But you feel like, no, we got to stay on these zombies while these guys get double edged to shoot you every round.
I think a lot of us are averse to the idea of taking opportunity attacks.
That's the other thing. The opportunity attacks aren't that bad. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's like a bit of a... We're all used to 5e where they get like a proper attack, but it's only going to be a couple of damage. So you shouldn't be afraid to run from it, but I fall into that trap too.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was like trying to figure out, like how does their just like movement and running around, like I guess you're supposed to, but the whole cinematic thing is, I was like trying to figure, like, guys, when I asked you how jumping works, I was like trying to find it real quick, but I was having difficulty finding it.
Yeah, jumping, you can jump your might score in squares.
I was debating at one point trying to jump up to where the skeletons were.
Yeah.
But I think it might be too far.
Yeah, that's the other thing is everyone can do a basic ranged attack even if you don't have a weapon, and it does pretty good damage. I mean, it doesn't have to kill 2 skeletons probably with 1 ranged attack. Well, that would have only killed 1 skeleton. But if you rolled a 12 or higher, you'd kill 2 skeletons with 1 ranged attack. You have to get within 5, though. I think the rogue can only have to get within 10. Yeah, that would kill 3 skeletons, but no one else has done it, so don't feel bad. No one has gone after the skeletons. They all sit there and fight the zombies forever and take withering fire. And the first battle takes an hour and a half, and every other battle takes half an hour. It's like really kind of a, if you think about it, kind of poorly designed for the first adventure a group of players will play, because they won't have their tactics figured out about going after minions, and they'll just be punished for it.
Yeah.
I guess it's designed to teach you a lesson.
I guess. But you guys taught it a lesson. You taught the pirate captain a lesson. All right. Thank you guys again for playing. Hope you had a good
Thank you
time.
for running.
And I'll see y'all later.
Yeah. Thanks, Tom.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Tom. We'll
Bye, guys.
see you on Tuesday.